It's manga time once again, ladies and gentlemen, and today we have Bleach 517, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I really enjoyed this chapter. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was funny. We got a lot of information about the new characters, the Royal Division, the Royal Guard. Let's just get on with the review. It was a really good chapter. So it starts off with a nice colour page of all 5 of them together. They're interesting looking characters. I defend what I said last week. I really like all the designs apart from the dude with the glasses. I still think he looks a bit weird. Possibly doesn't look as weird as I thought he might. Although, he does look a bit strange. He kind of... They look like I wanted them to look. I didn't want the Royal Guard to just look like captains. I wanted them to have kind of weird things about them. So, for example, the bearded monk dude has big red beads around his neck and huge sandals, huge wooden sandals. The cool black-haired woman has a really awesome golden sort of headpiece and something else as well, but we'll get into that later. The fat woman has pink hair, purple hair. They look cool. I really like them. So they arrive in a rather odd fashion. They have a big flag, and they're like da-da-da-da, and you see that the woman with the black hair actually has loads of weird arms. They're like skeletal arms, and they're all holding instruments, and they're all sort of coming in, like marching in, like, yeah, here we are. And it just goes by what people were saying last week, that they look happy to be here. They are happy to be here, and I presume it's because they haven't been out of the royal realm for so long. And so the dude with the chopstick in his mouth is like, yeah, we're here, the Zero Division is here. It's been a long time, fledglings of the Seireitei 13. Are you eating and sleeping properly? So, they do sort of know them. And this is one of my favourite parts of the chapter. Shinji's just sort of like, this is kind of different from what I was expecting. And then one of them just goes, feel pain, and slaps him right in the face. That was really funny. And then we find out who the first member is. And it's Kiryu Hikifune, the person from Talking About the Pendulum, and it's actually the fat woman with the purple hair, which a lot of people speculated because she appears to be a motherly figure, and it's good that she actually questions Shinji on Hiyori. She says, isn't she with you? That was weird. And Shinji doesn't actually recognise her. He says that she's changed a lot. And we get some more good interactions. The dude with the chopstick in his mouth actually confronts Unohana, and he says, it's been a long time. Are you using the healing techniques I taught you? So he's actually Unohana's mentor. That's a crazy thought. But he's like, oh, lots of people die this time. Why did that happen? But then he gets interrupted by the bearded dude, and he's like, you must have a lot to talk about, but we'll do it later. So Shunsui walks in, and he says, the members of the Zero Division really haven't changed much. Then he says Bonze. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's the name of the bearded guy. I don't know. But the bearded guy notices Ichigo, and he's like, you're Ichigo? We're going to take you to the palace, which is really awesome. They also talk about rebuilding the 13 divisions. So then we get the chapter title, Bleach 507, The Stairway to Heaven. Sorry, I just had to do it. A bit of Led Zeppelin there. And then someone shouts out, don't be kidding me, and it's Soifon. Oh, she needs to learn to shut up. She's embarrassing everyone. She's like, I don't care how important you are, but after idling up there while we were reduced to this, you'd come here and talk about rebuilding. Give me a break. I do love this part, though. She just gets completely ignored. The bald guy's like, let's continue. And she's like, hey! And then suddenly, the dude with the chopstick appears behind her, pulls her arm back with 2 fingers, and he's like, you're annoying. And she's like, how did he get there? So basically, he just appeared behind her and restrained her with just 2 fingers. The dude is monstrous. And he's like, I should say to quit with the jokes. Who are you, the 13 divisions? Our job is to protect the king's palace, and it's your job to protect Seireitei, and you failed. So basically, yeah, he's not very happy with Soifon. But then he gets smacked on the head by the bald guy. And the bald guy's like, I told you to talk later. And then the black-haired woman arrives. And this bit is a bit weird. She looks really awesome. You can't see her arms, but she has these skeletal arms, about 6 of them, coming off her back. And she has weird globes in her hands, and they actually contain different things. One of them contains Byakuya, one of them contains Renji, one contains Rukia, and one contains the bisected Tensei Zangetsu. And so she says that only Ichigo Kurosaki is left, the rest of them are all here. Now, Unohana confronts her and says that you can't take Byakuya, Renji, and Rukia away. They won't survive if they leave Seireitei. However, the dude with the chopstick says that they are taking them away because they won't survive. Unohana isn't strong enough to completely save them. Byakuya will die if he stays here. The dude then says that he'll heal them. I love this bit. This is one of my favourite bits of the chapter. He then calls her Retsu, and he says, what you're meant to do now is not healing. And she looks pained at this. Obviously, the dude means you're supposed to be fighting now. And Shinsui kind of looks on, in the way he does, that he knows more is going on than what's being said. So Mayuri now comes in, and he notices Tensa's Zangetsu in one of the globes. And he's like, you broke into my laboratory? You're always underestimating me. So obviously this woman must have been part of the 12th Division as well as Kiryu Hikifune. And she's really cool. She has all these skeletal hands, and she's like, I didn't break into it. I just put my hands on the door and it opened. The lock was easier to open than when I was there. And her name is Shenshumara Shutara. So Mayuri's not very happy about that. Then the chapter comes to a close with Ichigo wondering why he's going with them. He says that their injuries are considerably worse than his, and he has things he needs to do. The bearded guy turns around and says, I know, but the reason we're taking you is different. Why is Ichigo going? However, just before Ichigo can find out his reason, a voice suddenly goes, hello! Nice timing, I'm so glad you all seem to be together. And both Ichigo and the bearded guy look relatively surprised to hear it, and apparently the voice is coming from the mystery person in Hueco Mundo. That's the end of the chapter. 10 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. There was just so much going on. There was so much talking, so much interaction. I'm glad we had all this talking from the Royal Guard. They seem to be really great characters. And I hope people see them like that now. And then we have just the awesome interaction between Unohana and this dude who seems to be her mentor almost. The fact that Unohana's supposed to fight now. The awesome girl with the skeletal hands is really cool. And then, at the end, the fact that the mysterious person from Hueco Mundo is contacting them. I no longer think it's Grimjo. Because Grimjo doesn't talk like that. He doesn't go, hello. So, who's it going to be? And how are they contacting them? That's it for the chapter. Really, really good. I'm really excited for next week. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Who is the mystery guy at the end? Who is it? Are they friend or foe? Is it someone we've never met before? What do you think about the Royal Guard? Who's your favourite member? And why? Which design do you like best? Did you like this chapter? What did you think about Unohana? Is she going to have to fight now? And why are they taking Ichigo to the palace? So yeah, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and just leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. And catch you next week. See you then.